Hi guys, alright, this is a video for everyone obviously. It was Brett Badley that gave me the idea. Brett Badley is one of my subscribers, a good friend, a good man. We've known each other for years. He wanted me to do an updated room tour, so to speak, in inverted commas, and I figured I'd oblige and just show off what I've got at the moment. As you know guys, I've been doing a lot of unboxings, I've been doing a lot of crazy stuff recently, so I'm going to start with the random stuff. There's the Virtual Boy, Laura's DS Lite, and two Jaguar controllers. Vertical force, for the Virtual Boy. The SIO 2SD software. I've got some bits and pieces in there, my 3DS box and things like that. There's my Game Boy, one of my Game Boy carry cases. And as you can see, a bit of a mess. And some chocolate cornflake mini bites. That's what you eat when you're playing games. Some WonderSwan games that I've not had a chance to play through yet. They've been cleaned and professionally redone so that they work and are good and all okay. So yeah, that's the pile of random. Over here is what I'm kind of most proud of. We'll start over here. My desk chair, so to speak. My random setup. And here's the laptop, quite old, in fairness, quite an old laptop. My hard drives and my hard drive that I've fixed, and another hard drive. Another selection of hard drives and my USB hub. Here is my other computer, which is more of a desktop, and obviously the monitor there. There's my channel, mouse, telephone. Behind here, a random selection of C64 and Atari 8-bit games. Atari 8-bit games are kind of useless, so I'm thinking about putting those up, or maybe even swapping them if anyone has an interest in those. Maybe send me a PM. In here is what I would describe as random technical BAMF. There's CR2032 batteries and micro SDs and various other things, cartridges and so on wise. Memory sticks and memory cards for various consoles like GameCube and so on. And in there is a nice selection of GameCube games and Dreamcast VMUs. Oh, and a mini disc. That's the Powerball. And that's to strengthen my thin wrists. Toolkits and random DVDs and some music that I like to listen to. Here's where it gets interesting. A selection of Dreamcast and Xbox games and Sega Saturn games, PS2 games, Neo Geo CD, and some other bits and pieces, Saturn, PS2, I think I said Xbox as well. Music CDs. Over here is the main attraction, the big telly which I bought recently. I'll turn the light on so you can see better. Underneath there is the Atari Jaguar, the Sega Dreamcast, the Sega Saturn with with region switch, so you can play games in 60 Hz, and the ability to play backups. Xbox Crystal, soft modded. Down here, two consoles. The top one is the TurboGrafx 16, better known as the American PC Engine, basically. And there's a card in there which allows me to play pretty much most of the games, barring I think Street Fighter. And below that is the PS2. This PS2 has no modding or anything on it, so it's an original. However, there is a media card in there with free MacBoot, which allows me again to play backups. Down here we have the CD32, no modding necessary, and the Neo Geo CD, no modding necessary. Up here we have the Nintendo 64 and the Jewel in the Crown, the PCFX, one of my favourite systems in terms of its rarity. Over here is the handheld corner, so to speak. A selection of games for the Wonder Swan and Neo Geo Pocket. In there is a selection of Xbox compilations, that is to say games like Capcom Classics, Atari Anthology, Taito Legends, that kind of thing. A random selection of Game Boy Color and Game Boy games, mainly for testing purposes, but also for some nostalgic reasons. There we have Mario Land 2 6 Golden Coins. This is separate because this is the perfect cartridge. That is to say that the save file on there has all the levels completed, all the coins, and 99 lives. So it's pretty much a perfect save cart. I keep it separate just, well, to show off basically. There is Denshi the Go. One of my favourite franchises is the Go series. Basically, roughly translated, it's Let's Go by train. There's also one where you can go Let's Go by RC car, Let's Go by bus, all kinds of different ones. Let's Go by jet plane as well is another one. The Go series is on pretty much every platform over the last sort of 20 years. So yeah, it's kind of pretty cool. And that one is the Wonder Swan version. Here's where it gets interesting. A barcode battler with all the cards. I'm in the process of acquiring the lead that goes to the SNES. This will give me the ability to play the barcode battler games on the SNES. I've been after that for some time. Anybody who's ever had a barcode battler, if you look in the instruction manual, you'll notice that there is a little section that says it talks about what functions are on the machine, and one of them is like a little cable it's like a little cable socket that's been sealed, and it says not for use in Europe or not for use in the UK or something. That is the connector for the SNES. So I'm looking to find that and getting that, rocking and rolling basically. Here we have Gamecom. It's pretty much a failed system. Steve Benway's done videos on it. Pretty much everyone has an opinion, has a low opinion of it. There's some more games in that box down there right at the bottom. But yeah, everyone has pretty much a low opinion of it. I quite like some of the games. Frogger is awesome on it, and Lights Out is really, really good. And the system is crippled with its display, and arguably there is some negatives to it, but ultimately it's a decent enough system, and if you can find one cheap like I did, you can have some fun. So yeah, there you go. Over here we have yeah, it's sealed. I'm not going to take it out. Above there is some Velcro which I use to sellotape things like remotes and other things to walls and such stuff. My Transformers toy and Gizmo, a pay-to-play arcade machine, some random boxes for links and things like that, and HeroClix and a SpongeBob watch, and a fan which is on. So that's pretty much what I would describe as handheld corner. In here we have a selection of handhelds, obviously my Game Boys which I've discussed in other videos, my DS, which is the regular DS, the DS Fat, some people would describe it as, Neo Geo Pocket, Stone Blue, and a GP2X, and behind there is the At Games Mega Drive compilation 20-in-1 pile of rubbish. In here are a selection of discs for the Amiga and tapes which originally were planned to be used on the Spectrum, but I had better ideas, and some Lynx games at the back there. And in the second pile is some random N64 and Jaguar stuff. There is a sealed Wonder Swan. This is the mono one. It's a very special colour, skeleton blue it's been described as in the thing. And obviously my box for my Wonder Swan colour, that is the knackered one. There's an N64 vibration pack and memory stick, 2-in-1, and underneath all that is, well, underneath that Jaguar thing is a British Gas energy saving device, completely useless for me. and some random comics, and a boxed version of Crapola right at the bottom. In here is a random selection of tech, mini disc player, various connectors for various things, some cheap batteries just to plug into remote controls and things just to make sure that everything's working. And yeah, I dip into there whenever I need to, you know, if I just need to get access to stuff really quickly. And if, right at the bottom, I don't know if you can see, there's Jaguar XJ220 on the Sega Mega CD. So that's what I would describe as handheld corner. Back over into the bedroom is a random mess on the bed. Here's Grid Runner running on the SIO to SD interface for the 65XE. I'm going through my console, so I'll take all these off. Some more consoles for you. Wii, which has been hard modded, that is to say it's been chipped for want of a better vernacular. Here we have the 32X, the Mega Drive 2 and Mega CD 2. The Super Nintendo with the Power Pack, which allows me to play most SNES games, and the Super Game Boy. My official controller, which I revived from scratch, and a new-ish Competition Pro pad. Quite like Competition Pro pads anyway. This one has sticky buttons, so I'm thinking about reviving that in some form. Over here we have an Atari 2600 Junior with the Harmony cartridge. This allows me to play games off the SD card. I'll just quickly show you that. And there's some games there. Sorry guys, apologies for that, I was just putting the carriage back in. Down here we have the bomb sight, that is the Atari ST. This one's the 520 ST. To look at it, it doesn't look that bad, but I've had nightmares with this one. As you can see, it's quite badly yellowed because of direct sunlight. If I take a look at the back, you'll notice that I'm not using the television cable, I'm actually using the monitor because I've got a SCART cable for it just to give it a bit of a crisper picture. Basically. And here we have the Sinclair Spectrum Plus 2. This is a Plus 2A, and there's the divide interface which allows me to play tape games and cartridges quite quickly and smoothly. So that's all that lot. Master System 2 there with the Master Everdrive. Some random mini discs and the Mega CD and a Pac-Man board game. So as you can see guys, I've got quite a nice collection. One more thing I forgot was the NES. I've got 3 games for that and a little game here just to try for the SNES, but that's something else entirely. So yeah, there's NES. I've also got the NES Advantage controller down there, which is very smart indeed. And basically that's it guys. That's the collection. Down here is random boxes of things, you know, in case I need to sell stuff. Down here is some mutilated Master Systems and cables of varying degrees and PS2 pads. Here are more controllers and Xbox controllers. And over there is my SNES joystick, which for whatever reason is busted, and my C64 tape deck, which is no longer needed for the time being. I haven't shown off the C64 yet. There's the C64 again. That's got the SD to IEC connector, so I can enjoy games in disc form quite easily and quite straightforwardly. And that's about it guys. I'm also doing this video just to test the theory, well basically YouTube are telling me that I've got the ability to download more than 15 minutes, so I'm going to give that a spin and see what I can do. So as you can see guys, I've got a nice selection of stuff. The room's a bit of a tip, but you can't have everything. And gamers have got to wear clothes obviously. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Can't think of anything else sensible. it's a flat full of games, so what can you know, it suits me. It needs a bit of a clean, admittedly, but yeah, there you go. And just before I finish, guys, two more things. The 3DS in ice white, and the Wonderswan colour, which I revived from nothing, and it was completely broken, and the only bad thing about it now is a line of bad pixels at the bottom. Final Fantasy in the back. And there's Star Wars for your IST, and my Hewlett Packard 48G. Okay guys, that's everything. I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching my channel. Thanks for everything. I'm going to be doing more videos soon of more random things, and I'm going to be uploading those sporadically as I go through my collections. And there you go. So guys, thanks a lot for watching. Have a good one, and see you in the next.